You know, all of us, I'm certain, that graduated from Monsignor Farrell High School have a similar story, that Farrell individually and uniquely made us the different men that we all are today.
In 1959, the Archbishop of New York, Cardinal Francis Spellman, had written a congratulatory note to Monsignor Joseph Farrell that the next school on Staten Island will be opened in his name. 2 years later, in 1961, Monsignor Farrell High School was officially open. And through 60 years of living out the Vir Fidelis and Monsignor Joseph Farrell's mission, many things have changed, but some things never will.
I look through the halls and I say, geez, you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of so-and-so, class of 75. That kid is just like somebody I had in the class of 81 or the class of 86. The kids haven't changed. They dress differently. They go through fads just like you guys did. But they're still Farrell guys, and they still care about their brothers. That's huge.
In the past, some would say, it's not about the building, but the people inside the building. And now, with our building and campus taking on such fantastic upgrades, it's important that we do not forget the roots of what made us who we are.
But there was always that service orientation of the Farrell kids right from the very beginning with the first freshman class, you know, and that continued through the years, in my years of teaching here, in my years of coming back as the principal, and so on. That was always part and parcel of the whole Farrell package, you know. They got a great education. There was an orientation towards service of God and neighbor and so on. That has always been part and parcel of what Monsignor Farrell is all about.
We can't take this institution for granted, right? It's nice to know that where we came from will always be there. We can't take that for granted. We all have to actively do our part to stay engaged. And when I say engaged, it doesn't mean you necessarily have to physically be here every single day. That's not what we're talking about. But we need our alumni and our Farrell family to stay engaged with this place, to check in. The doors are always open. You are always welcomed here. Exciting things are happening at Monsignor Farrell High School, and it is thanks to the overwhelming support that we do receive from our alumni. But there is a lot more to do, and there is a lot more that we can do. And the power is with the alumni giving their donations, giving their time, their gifts of time, treasure, and talent, which are always needed. And again, that's something that we cannot take for granted. And we can't take for granted that these doors will always be open. We all must do our part.
I also think of this place. I could say I think of the building. I mean, I've spent 52 years of my life inside this building. But as you guys know, Monsignor Farrell is more than that. It's more than an edifice. It's people, it's relationships, it's a standard that other schools are still trying to achieve in educating young men on Staten Island. I don't think anybody does it better.
An institution with history. An institution with success. An institution with new opportunity to write new pages into the history books and create more Vir Fidelis.
Everything is that we do here is through the lens of our mission. And we are celebrating over 60 years of Monsignor Farrell High School producing leaders to not only our local community, but quite frankly to our nation and to the world. And that is not an exaggeration. And it all comes back to mission. So it's the mission of Monsignor Farrell High School to develop the Vir Fidelis, a faithful man in an atmosphere of Catholic values and Catholic faith. And that Vir Fidelis is a man who is aware of his own God-given talents. He's confident in his abilities. He is dedicated to his family, and he is oriented to the service of God and his community. And that holds true. It holds true from 1961, and that holds true today in 2022. That is what makes us Farrell. That is our mission. That is why we wake up every single morning, whether we are administrators, whether we are faculty, or whether we are coaches. It is our commitment to our faithful men to see that mission accomplished.
And I think if you fellas could come here and see it, you'd know what I mean. The looks on the kids' faces, how devoted they are to this place. I've given my life to this place. I'd ask you, if you could, just to give a little part of yourself, just a bit. Remember us. If you can't do it financially, do it by giving time. Do it by prayer. Do it by talking the place up. It means so much to me. Hopefully it means as much to you, because you are as you are because of what you got here at Monsignor Farrell High School.
Monsignor Joseph A. Farrell Giving Day is important to this institution. Well, just like a birthday is important to every family, right? We speak of the Farrell family. Well, think of your own family. We sit around that table, we have a special meal, and that cake comes out, and we all sing, or at least we try to, and we blow out those candles to remind us that we are strong when we're together and what the importance of family is. So it's important that on Monsignor Joseph A. Farrell's birthday, that we give back. We give back in his honor. Because if it was not for that man and his mission to grow Catholic education on Staten Island, we would not be here. And we can't take that for granted. So it's important that we make sure everyone know who that man was, why this school is named after him, and why it's so important that we continue to do this in his honor. And what more special way than doing that is to give a little sacrifice, right? We're not asking anyone to particularly break the bank, but if you want to, we'll take it. But it is important if we take pause, right, and value what we have and don't take for granted and give back in that man's name and in his honor. It's a beautiful gift. That's a nice birthday gift.
Thank you for your support of our second annual Monsignor Joseph A. Farrell Giving Day. To help us reach our goal of $100,000, please visit msgrfarrellhs.org or call 941-FIDELIS between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. on Friday, April 29th.